We are coming to the end of the group stage at the Nitto ATP Finals, and Alcaraz is clinging on with Daniel Medvedev as well. Can they still qualify? Find out in this video.
That's right, we are 2 games down, 1 to go in the group stages, and we've had Jannik Sinner with 2 wins out of 2, Sasha Zverev with 2 wins out of 2, and then there's been the rest. Alcaraz with an illness, losing 1. We've also had Daniel Medvedev losing 1 as well, and we've obviously had it's Andre Rublev and Dimonor, bottom of each of the groups, but there still could be opportunities for both of them in the last matches. And we're going to take you through all of the possible scenarios in this episode. And we're going to speak about the matches that happened earlier on today. Obviously, Alcaraz with a quite thrilling match against Andre Rublev, and more of a workmanlike performance from Sasha Zverev against Casper Ruud.
Yeah, starting with Carlos Alcaraz, he put a tweet out saying this victory is very important and gives me a lot of confidence. 110% on Friday. He's wearing a little strip across his nose. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He's clearly got an illness, but he's fighting through, and this is going to give him that extra bit of confidence. That's what he claims. So I'm expecting Alcaraz with the illness to sort of hopefully subside as the days go on. Him grow into this event, get more towards the business end. Hopefully we can see him peak if it is to be a semi-final stage against Jannik Sinner.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually really impressed. The level that went up compared to the level that he had against Casper Ruud. It was, if it's all just down to this little nose strip, then I think he should have had it in the first match. He actually looked like he had a lot more energy on the court, and the crowd were treated to some real Carlos Alcaraz style points where he was going from left to right, sliding, and the drop shot today was on point. Some of those drop shots, bear in mind we're on a hard court, they were just over the net, and Andre Rublev's pretty quick, but he couldn't get to them in time, and when he did, he just watched the ball sail past him with the next shot. Some incredible rallies, brilliant from Alcaraz to do it in straight sets. I think Rublev turned up. The fact he got to a tiebreak in the second set, I thought it was really impressive, and didn't actually look bad in the tiebreak either. But yet again, in the big points, Alcaraz just struck when it mattered, and yeah, he is closing in now on looking like he should be able to make it into the semi-finals. But it's going to require playing Sasha Zverev in the last match, and that is not an easy matchup. But Zverev has already won 2 matches himself, so we can weigh up what's going to happen in this group. Here's the group, just in case you wanted to see what it looked like. There you go.
Yeah. So Zverev killing it. Ruud second at the moment. Alcaraz in third. Rublev in fourth. Rublev, though, did play pretty well.
Yeah.
And that may give Alcaraz some confidence, knowing that he's got to play Ruud next. I feel if Rublev beats Ruud, it does take a bit of pressure off Alcaraz. Well, we'll go through the scenarios, but that means Alcaraz can still lose to Zverev and go through it.
So let's go through them one by one. We can take it one at a time here. I'll do the first one. So regardless of the score, if Zverev defeats Alcaraz and Ruud defeats Rublev, then Zverev wins the group and Ruud qualifies in second. There you go. Number 2.
So regardless of the score, if Alcaraz defeats Zverev and Rublev defeats Ruud, then Alcaraz wins the group and Zverev qualifies second.
Interesting. Okay, so number 3 scenario is if Zverev defeats Alcaraz in 2 sets and Rublev defeats Ruud in 2 sets, then Zverev wins the group and order of remaining players is determined by percentage of games won. That's an interesting scenario.
How many scenarios are there, Ben?
There's 8, I believe. Or maybe even more. Yeah, 10 for this group.
Mate, I'm not going through all 10 scenarios.
So anyway, we can just go down some
I'll do these ones. If Zverev defeats Alcaraz in 2 sets and Rublev defeats Ruud in 3 sets, then Zverev wins the group and Ruud qualifies in second. And the 5th one is if Zverev defeats Alcaraz in 3 sets and Rublev defeats Ruud in 2 sets, then Zverev wins the group and Alcaraz qualifies second. Listen, all these are just words. I can't compute what's going on. It's all too much. Let me know at home. does any of this go inside your brain, or is my brain too small? For me, it's all so complicated. I feel like I'm reading some Shakespeare literature, and it's all very jumbled up. One thing I would say is, if you can win your match, you've got a good shot of going through. So all of the players left in, or everyone, their matches, focus on winning it. If you can win it in straight sets, it helps you out even more.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super interesting, though, just that, obviously, Andrei Rublev doesn't look like he's got a look in this, because obviously he's not won a set yet. So he's pretty much out the running. It's a 3-horse race, and if Zverev wins this match, then it's more than likely that Casper Ruud is going to qualify, I think. That's the more than likely scenario here. But if Alcaraz can grab a set, then it throws some more things into the mix. I mean, Alcaraz is going to be hoping that Andrei Rublev just steps up for one match and just does him a favour, I think. Can he do it? I think he can. I think I was quite impressed with Rublev today, and I don't think he's going to want to go away empty-handed from this whole entire tournament. So I think he will bring a fight, and I think he will actually defeat Casper Ruud as well.
I think so as well. I think Rublev will beat Ruud.
Yeah, I'm excited if he does, because I obviously want to see Alcaraz in the semi-final. No disrespect to all of the Ruud fans out there, but I think it is the more interesting of the matchups. And that's only if Jannik Sinner finishes top of the group in his group as well, because currently he sits top with no sets lost yet. He won all 4 of his sets, and we got just Fritz in. Yeah, I mean, literally just crazy. Fritz, 1 win, 1 loss, and Medvedev, there you go, 1 win, 1 loss. De Minaur pretty much out the run in there at the bottom as well.
Yeah, so my assessment of this group is Medvedev doesn't have much chance because he's got to play Jannik Sinner. It's a horrible match to have to play, isn't it? And then Fritz against De Minaur, it's kind of nailed on. I feel you can go through the scenarios as much as you want, but it's going to be Sinner first and then Fritz second.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few scenarios here. I mean, hesitant to read through them all. We're saying Sinner and Fritz winning would obviously qualify. Sinner number 1 and Fritz number 2. That's the most obvious thing I think we're going to see happening, really.
Exactly, yeah.
Is there anything Medvedev can do? Medvedev winning and De Minaur winning would qualify Medvedev as number 1 and Sinner as number 2. Yeah. So that's an interesting scenario
also,
as well.
That one, Medvedev winning 2-love and Fritz winning 2-1 would qualify Medvedev 1 and Sinner 2.
And this one, Medvedev winning 2-1. Yeah, that
and
would
Fritz
still
winning,
he still goes out. Yeah, that's sad there. So he gets the win and still goes out in that one as well. And then you see that bottom one. If Medvedev wins 2-love, Fritz winning 2-love, would qualify the 2 players with the best game winning percentage between Medvedev, Fritz, and Sinner.
Yeah.
So that one's a very interesting scenario as well.
Medvedev is not beating Sinner. So you can just discount any of the Medvedev winning ones. Look at the top. And, I mean, Sinner winning 2-1 and De Minaur winning 2-love, Medvedev still goes through.
Yeah, I mean...
So that's his only chance. And I did say at the beginning that Fritz could have a wobble against De Minaur and Medvedev could qualify that in that route. But for that to happen, De Minaur's got to beat Fritz in straight sets.
Just thought I'd bring this up just in case anyone wants to see it. This is the head-to-head between Sinner and Medvedev, and we've got...
Well, they just played in what was it? Not Qatar.
Shanghai.
No, the exhibition you watched.
Oh, Six Kings. Yeah, we don't count that one really, but I mean,
he demolished him. It was really one-sided.
But if you look at competitive matches on hard courts, I think it's 7 from 7 from Sinner, and if you go to indoor hard court, it was pretty close, in that Vienna match, and that one as well. Nitto ATP Finals last year, semi-final, they went to 3.
Sinner's going to demolish him. I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
I would like to see Medvedev still get through by De Minaur beating Fritz straight sets. I'm hoping that happens, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this group's nailed on now for the Sinner. Fritz.
I'm just going to throw this one. It's just an interesting tweet saying, why is Sinner not yet through to the semi-finals? And it says, well, there's a tiny chance that he won't. If Jannik wins a set, he's in. But if Fritz and Medvedev win in straight sets on Thursday and it go to games win percentage, in this scenario, if Fritz wins 6-4, 6-3 and Daniil wins 6-4, 6-4, they both qualify.
Yeah, that would just be wild.
Could you imagine Sinner not
Sinner's
qualifying?
not going to lose, full stop, but he's not going to lose by not winning a set at least.
I mean, he's got to win a set, sure.
If he loses, he's got to win at least a set, yeah.
Do you reckon he just wins the first set and then just goes, yeah, that's me done now?
Potentially.
I don't think it's in his makeup, to be honest.
Nah,
Remember last year?
He'll just finish him off.
Last year, he took no prisoners. It didn't matter. He saved Djokovic's life last year by keeping him in, and then he faced the ultimate punishment of getting beaten by him in the final. In this one, I don't think it changes. I think he only has a one-track mind, which is win, win, win tennis. I don't think he ever thinks anything other than I'm going to beat you on this tennis court today. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think I agree with you. Those 7 hard court wins in a row against Daniil, I don't think it's going to change. And I think Fritz beats de Minaur. I'm sorry, Alex. I think in your prediction, you could still be right in a way, but I don't think it will affect the group. De Minaur could still beat Fritz. You did say that in your prediction. You said that Medvedev would lose to Fritz, and then de Minaur would beat Fritz, and then Medvedev would end up going through.
Yeah. Who knows? I'll be a genius if that happens.
Well,
I'm not sure what the head-to-head between Fritz and de Minaur is. Yannick Sinner today, I don't know if you saw, had an off day in Torino just playing football.
Oh.
So it looks like he's not worried at all. He's having a great time.
I thought you meant he just had a bit of an off day. What was he? So bad at football? Or what happened?
No, he posted on Twitter, just him playing football, having a kick about in Torino.
I see him there. There he is. Whoa. Running around there, off day. Lovely stuff.
But yeah, what's next on the agenda, Ben?
Mate, it was just literally talking about this and talking about the matches. I mean, I'm excited for who we're going to potentially be seeing in the semi-finals. And the main thing was to talk about the scenarios on this one as well. So my scenario
is going to be just, like I've said, for the other group. But this group, the one you've got there, I reckon it will be Zverev Alcaraz. I think Rublev's going to spoil the party and do something with Ruud. And Alcaraz has a chance to beat Zverev. If not, he'll win a set, and it might be enough for that way. So I'm backing Zverev Alcaraz.
Yeah, I mean,
and Sinner Fritz in the other.
There's part of me that feels that Alcaraz's performance today gives me much more hope than it did the other day. He did really play well, but Zverev, he like a tricky customer on these indoor hard courts. Really difficult to pick against him. There is part of me that just thinks that we're going to see Zverev win all 3 matches, and then we could just see Alcaraz just, unfortunately, just dip out. Even though he's playing well, he may just lose, and then we see Casper Ruud go through. Yeah. It's going to be sad, and I don't want that to happen, but that's what I think could happen, unfortunately. Sorry to anybody at home who's wanting to see the Alcaraz show. I definitely am one of them. But yeah, those are the scenarios. Let us know in the comments section. Who have you got qualifying from each of the groups, and who do you want to see go on and win the whole thing? I mean, we've got Zverev and Sinner as our picks. I'm still sticking with it. I'm sure you are as well. But does anybody have anyone different? That's the big question.
Let us know in the comments section, and let us know if you're watching Diego Forlan. He's playing right now.
Ooh.
The 45-year-old footballing legend from Uruguay, the MVP of the 2010 World Cup. He's making his official debut on the Challenger Tour right now. He's down a set, playing doubles.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm going to go watch it. He's playing with Correa, losing to Arias and Zeballos. So,
Zeballos in his first match. It's terrible luck.
The doubles one, but yeah, I just want to see how he hits it. So I'm going to go tune into that and have a watch. Let me know if you guys are watching and what you make of Diego Forlan playing tennis. Aside from that, thoughts to people in Spain. The Valencia floods have been terrible, and it seems like the same's happened in Malaga at the moment. So Spain having some really terrible weather and a lot of problems. I wonder how that's going to impact the Davis Cup, obviously being held there. We know Nadal's been training, playing with a Goot. I saw them linking up. hopefully, thoughts with everyone there, because it's a horrible, horrible scenes to see some of the tragedy going on in Spain.
Definitely.
And I know we have a few Spanish watchers as well, so hopefully you guys are all right and keep safe. We'll see what happens with the tennis tournament, if it's going to be delayed or cancelled or postponed, or we don't know what's going to happen with it. Obviously, we will be covering Rafael Nadal's last match in whatever capacity it is.
Yeah, most definitely we will be. And we will be bringing you some reaction to who finally qualifies tomorrow. So make sure to stay tuned on the channel. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well, because we need all the reviews we can get on there. 5 stars, pop it on there, and it's much appreciated.
Lovely. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon.